Hello everyone, my name is Cody Morozic, and the purpose of this video is to give our newly hired employees a little bit of information on Japanese culture and how you will be expected to present yourselves to our Japanese clients once you arrive in Tokyo. While most of our clients are familiar with American culture, you will be expected to present yourselves in what is seen to them as a professional manner. We expect you to uphold our brand name and make a positive and lasting impression on our clients. The Japanese people as a whole are a very formal people by US standards. In Japan, the best way to get our message across to our client is to be subtle. While here in the United States, an individual who's direct and to the point may be respected, in Japan, the same individual can be taken as rude. It is best to be subtle and indirect in our intentions. You must learn to think carefully before you speak and at all costs avoid being rude. Japanese culture puts much more emphasis on feelings than we do here in America, so this means you must be aware of how those around you are feeling. This may take some getting used to, but we're confident in your abilities. Cleanliness is very important in Japan. While presenting yourself in a clean manner is important, this applies to other areas you will encounter as well. Upon entering a Japanese home, always remove your shoes. This will even apply in some restaurants. If you are unsure on when this is appropriate, the best option is to follow suit. Look around you. Are the other people around you entering the building without their shoes on? Never leave a mess when you leave a restaurant, event, or a show. Remember, tipping your waiter is not a common practice in Japan, and it is not expected of you. Never ever litter when out in public. As well as it being illegal, it is strongly frowned upon. Tokyo is one of the cleanest cities in the world. You need to present yourselves as an organized and clean businessman. Following these tips will help you succeed in that goal. The Japanese people are careful about who they ally themselves with, and loyalty is strongly valued to them. Our goal is to use this to our advantage. While we are here in the United States, may consider someone a friend after only spending a little bit of time with them. This isn't the case in Japan. But once the Japanese do see you as a friend, they have made a friend for life. This applies in the business sector as well as on a personal level. As Americans, we may change employers many times throughout our careers, but Japanese people typically work for the same employer for their entire lives. They feel a strong sense of loyalty towards their employers and may take offense to anything negative that is brought up in regards to the work they do. In Japan, lower paying jobs are not frowned upon or seen in a negative light. Again, just be careful what you say. The Japanese people as a whole tend to love their country and celebrate their history. So be prepared to discuss this. Having a little bit of knowledge on Japanese history could go a long way in making a good impression. They're not overly fond of politics or politicians, so it is best to leave this out of your discussion. Like in the United States, nonverbal communication is important in Japan. You may be aware that it is appropriate to bow when greeting a Japanese citizen. However, this is not the only time bowing is done or even expected. Bowing can also be a way of departing. It can also be seen when you are thanking one another or in appreciation, among other things. Many of our clients are aware that American people shake hands upon greeting, and they may offer you their hand first. If this occurs, oblige to it, obviously. However, this is not common practice in Japan, and do not attempt to shake their hands without this request. While it may be considered friendly to give a casual pat on the back to a friend, this is extremely rude in Japan. Professional meetings in public never have a physical aspect in Japan. Personal space is also very important to them, so be sure to give them adequate space. You do not want to make them uncomfortable by standing or even sitting too close to them. Timeliness is very important in Japan, as well as to our organization as a whole. So always arrive at least 15 minutes in advance. If you tell one of our potential clients in Japan you will do something, be sure that it is done. It is a serious damage to character to not follow through with a promise. This could cause them to lose respect for you and lose respect for our operation. You must be familiar with Japanese traditions and the rules of their society. It is expected of you by both our Japanese clients as well as our organization. Remember, you are representing our company, so it is important that you make a great impression and show our potential clients in Japan that while there are differences between the two of us, we respect our culture. Thank you for watching this video, and I wish you the best of luck in Tokyo as well as in our organization.